In today's episode of Getting Geeky with Game Relief, I sit down with Alec from Ulfsark Games to talk about an awesome skirmish game. Hot Dog. No, that's not the name of it. Keep listening to find out what it's called. Then we'll see what's on Kickstarter in our Kickstarter Corner portion of the show. But first, a word about our episode's sponsor. I love it when a good game hits the floor running on Kickstarter. Such is the case with this game. This episode is proudly powered by Bard Games and Fickle, a fairy board game featuring the art of Amy Brown. Fickle is a quick set collection game with unique scoring and press your luck mechanics, customizable gameplay, and gorgeous art. You have 5 rounds to win the Ritual of Ascendancy with your fellow players by manipulating their fairy cards. Choose a fairy family to gain its power and add it to your scoring alliance. The winner must gather a single fairy from each family or shoot the moon to win with a single faction. It sounds like an awesome game, and the art as well is spectacular. Want to know more? Well, go give my interview with the designer a quick listen. In my interview entitled, Are You Fickle? You Might Be a Fairy. Then after that, make sure you go and enter their giveaway we're doing with them over at thegiveawaygeek.com, in which one winner will receive Sherlock Holmes, The Vanishing Man, Pocket General World War II, and a playmat featuring Fickle art. The prize is valued at approximately $100 USD. Most importantly though, make sure you check out their Kickstarter for Fickle that reached its funding goal in only 12 hours, and then back it before Tuesday the 18th of June.
Getting Geeky with Gamer Leaf, the podcast in which one man strives to level up his geekhood and helping you do the same, one battle at a time. Now, let's get geeky with Gamer Leaf.
Taiyō, the life energy that passes through all living beings. Following through the body, it allows daily tasks of farmers to be completed swiftly and the strikes of warriors to be just and strong. The Sohei are said to be able to use their Taiyō to levitate above the trees. Meanwhile, we sages of the Great Temple can move an object through the fabric of the world, breaking the teachings of time and being. The great masters use their powers to help the people and seek enlightenment, but others, I fear, will use it to oppress and kill. Sage Yamasakura of the Great Temple.
Did that sound familiar to you guys? It didn't to me either, but this is the story or a quote behind Taiyō Dynasties Samurai Miniatures game that's currently on Kickstarter, and today we're lucky enough to have on the creator and mastermind behind this game. Is that right, Alex? Is that how you fall in line with it?
Yeah, I am the creator of the game. I've been designing it for 5 years in between studying, and I'm finally bringing it to Kickstarter to show everyone.
Awesome. Now, before we get into that, let's rewind a little bit if we could. How did you get into playing tabletop board games, Alex?
Oh, so right back to the beginning is probably way back when I was young. I was playing Warhammer. I got some Warhammer miniatures when I was very young, but the way I sort of got into the whole Kickstarter aspect of this is back when I was 17, I actually had a Kickstarter campaign for some metal dice called Dragon Scales Dice, and I followed up that campaign with many other campaigns for other board game accessories. So that's how I generally got into the whole thing.
Okay, interesting. So that's cool. And you've been playing ever since you picked up the miniature way back in the day?
Yeah, so I was mostly just collecting and painting at first. I didn't really know that there was a game to go along with it when you're very young. But then as I reached my teens, I started playing a lot more and collecting a lot more.
Oh, cool. So what are you playing these days?
These days, it's mostly just Taiyō Dynasties, lots of play testing and that sort of thing. But I do still collect a bit of Warhammer 40k and do a bit of painting here and there.
Well, there you go. That makes sense. Playing and play testing. So word on the street is, like you said, you have a new game on Kickstarter. What can you tell us about Taiyō Dynasties.
Okay, so Taiyō Dynasties is as you said, a samurai miniatures game. It's a skirmish miniature game, which means you're going to have 5 to 12 models on each side. This keeps it very fast-paced and very interesting. It's generally themed around a alternate history Japan, where humans never existed and animals evolved to take their place. So this is a theme that's very close to my heart, as I did study Japanese in university, and I have much interest in Japanese history.
Okay, cool. And get the feel of, I don't know if you've seen it, but Kung Fu Panda. Have you seen that one?
Yes, it's even written on the Kickstarter that it is one of the major inspirations for the game. When I was younger and I first saw those movies, I thought they were great.
Okay, cool. Yeah, it looks pretty cool. And so it sounds like from talking earlier, you're actually in Japan currently, aren't you?
Yes, I'm in Japan right now. I'm on what's called a working holiday visa, so I'm here for a year, just working and traveling. So working and holidaying at the same time. So it's a very, very interesting experience, but it also means that I have enough time to work on Taiyō Dynasties and run the Kickstarter.
Well, that's always good. So that's good. Now, so somebody goes ahead and they want to play Taiyō Dynasties or check it out or whatnot. How is that going to differ from other skirmish games?
Okay, so the main unique mechanics from the game would be the alternating action system, which a few other games have, but after playtesting, we made it so that on my turn, I'll take 3 actions, and I can use it however I want across my army, and then that would be my turn, and it would go over to you, and you would take your 3 actions across your whole army. But this allows you to be very flexible in the way you play, because you're not limited to just each model moves once, and now they're kind of a passive threat rather than an active threat. You never know which unit the opponent is going to leverage next to win. On top of this, there is the coin system. So within these 3 actions, you need to pay for each of those actions with the in-game currency. And so this adds an element of resource management to the game, which I think is very unique in the way we approached it, with the 3 different types of coins for the different types of actions you might make in the game.
Okay, cool. And is it asymmetric? Like, does every army have different actions they can take, or different rules? Well, not necessarily rules they follow, but different powers and whatnot?
Yeah, so it's very asymmetric. In fact, it's down to the character level. So each character has its own set of actions. So even your basic spear troop, both armies in the starter box have a spear troop, but they still play in very different ways, although they both have a basic attack. The Atsuda chimps benefit from having more teammates around, while the Wafuto spearmen benefit from immobilizing themselves and using the long reach of their spears.
Okay, awesome. And can I mix and match my armies or whatnot, or is it set in stone?
No, you can definitely mix and match. So the starter set will just give you one of each unit for each side, and this is enough to play a game. But you could also pick up extra warband boxes if you wanted to mix them in. And in our stretch goals, we hope to release more miniatures to expand the line. Inside of the rulebook, there is an allegiance matrix, which shows you who can be on whose team. So you can make a bit of a hybrid army if you want to mix some of the other factions with the main faction.
How long does something like this take to play test it? It seems like it's quite intuitive.
A game would take... I've played a game in half an hour before, but that was because it was with a very experienced playtester, and he beat me quite swiftly. But generally, a game will take 1 to 2 hours.
Oh, okay, awesome. Yeah, that sounds like me playing a game with my wife. She usually beats me pretty steadily and quickly.
Yeah, if you find the right tactical maneuvers, you might not see it coming in this game.
Oh boy, awesome. During playtesting, speaking of that, was there ever anything you had to scratch because it just wouldn't work for the game?
Oh yeah, absolutely. So the coin system is very streamlined now, with just the 3 types of coins for the different actions. For example, moving has one set of coin, attacking has another set, and then you have your superpowers, which have the gold coins. But initially, we had it so each unit had their own pile of coins. There was only one type of coins, but each unit would have their own pile. And during the turn, they would regenerate these coins, but it ended up meaning you had to keep 5 different piles of coins stacked appropriately and refill them when appropriately. So it just ended up being very cumbersome.
Oh, cool. That's good you're able to get that out of there. So when it comes to the coins, am I paying coins to take certain actions in?
Yeah, so on the character cards for your special actions, which are the unique ones for each character, and for your superpowers, you'll be paying anywhere between 1 and 3 coins of any mix of the three varieties. But a general basic action, you'll just be playing, for example, if you just want to do a standard movement, you'll just play 1 copper coin to move forward your base movement.
And when my coins are gone, are they gone, or is there a way to earn them back?
So when the coins are gone, if your opponent still has some coins left, they kind of get to keep playing without you in a sense. They get to take, you have to forfeit your turns. But once they run out of coins, which usually happens pretty simultaneously, unless they're, that's your strategy to save your coins, then the round will end and the next round will begin and everyone will get all of their coins back.
And how many rounds does it consist of?
So it will depend on the scenario, but generally for a basic playtest, you play 3 rounds. So you'll get your coins back twice in theory.
Awesome. And how many scenarios come with it? Is there a certain amount of scenarios?
So we're currently in the beta for the scenarios. So there is 6 different game modes, which you could mix together in whichever way you please. But we will be writing some narrative scenarios that you can play that would kind of play the same every time. But it just depends whether you want to do a campaign or whether you want to do a story that we've written or whether you just want to play a single game with your friends.
Okay, cool. So that kind of helps out with the replayability, it sounds like.
Yes, definitely. Because it's a miniature game rather than a board game, there needs to be a lot of replayability because you are fighting opponents on a battlefield every time. There's no change to that dynamic. So yeah, we really wanted to, have all these different game modes that could change the difficulty of the game itself.
Well, that's always good to hear. So, when it comes to Taiyō Dynasties, the samurai miniatures game, what makes your game pop as one my audience should go check out the Kickstarter page, and if they like what they see, back it today, Alex?
The thing that makes it pop is definitely the miniatures. You've got these anthropomorphic miniatures, you've got pandas with a giant battle axe, you've got samurai wolves, and you've even got a pug with a war fan. So if you like this sort of characterful, anthropomorphized or beastmen animal people, then this is definitely the game that you'll enjoy.
Awesome. And what levels, what do the pledge levels look like for me to be able to go ahead and get started in the Taiyō Dynasties?
Okay, so the basic starter pack is going to cost you 60 British pounds. And I don't know the conversion to that off the top of my head, but that's going to get you the 2 armies, all of the metal coins that you need, and the character cards. And that's your basic pledge, which most people have gone for. But you can also pledge at the donation level. Give us as much money as you want, just £1 or £3 or something, and that will get you some digital rewards and give you access to all the beta content we produce. And then the last one we have is the Ashigaru level, which allows you to just mix and match the warband boxes together. So rather than buy the starter box, you could buy 2 separate warband boxes, or when our stretch goals come out, you could add these stretch goals onto it.
Okay, awesome. So that's good. And just so if anybody's curious, the Samurai Pledge starter box, like you talked about, it looks like that's about 76 USD. Or $76.
Yes. Yeah, that does sound about right.
And then it looks like, about 14 pounds or 14 something for international shipping, I saw?
Yeah, that's what we got on postage. So we're just charging a flat rate for everyone because, we want the average backer is going to buy between 1 and 3 boxes. Otherwise, it will get heavier. But even if it gets heavier, we'll absorb the cost because you're supporting us more by buying more. So we just charge a flat rate for everyone. And in the pledge manager, you'll be able to upgrade the shipping if you want it, tracked and signed and that sort of thing.
Okay, there you go. And it looks like in the UK, it's only 8. What are those, pounds or francs, or what do I call them?
Yeah, they're pounds. So yeah, it's only £8, but that all UK orders will be fully tracked because UK shipping is much cheaper than international shipping.
Well, there you go. Awesome. So that's awesome. And somebody backs it, so you don't overpromise and underdeliver. When would they plan on getting their games, hopefully, after the Kickstarter is fulfilled or reaches its goal and everything?
That's in September, so by the time the Kickstarter finishes, you should get them approximately 3 months later. All of the models have been designed, and we've done prototypes, and all of the cards are designed. So it basically just comes down to sorting out everyone's orders and then producing the models and boxing it. And so we've got a pretty quick turnaround of 3 months.
Well, that's good to hear. That's awesome. We don't want to keep you all, well, I guess over here tonight, but all day over there where you're at. So mine is coming there to Japan to stalk you. How can people keep up with you, Alex?
So you can follow on the Facebook group for Taiyō Dynasties or my Facebook page. On top of that, we also have an Instagram where we post quite a lot. All of those are All Start Games or All Start Games UK.
Okay, and we'll leave a link in the show notes to the Kickstarter page, and it looks like if they, right at the very top of the Kickstarter page, they can go ahead and click all those links if I'm looking at it right.
Yeah, we've got all our links listed there, nice and easy for you to find our website, Facebook, Instagram, etc.
Okay, so that's awesome. And speaking of keeping up with you, I know right now we're focused on getting Taiyō Dynasties fulfilled and and everything, so we can reach the funding goal and all those stretch goals and everything. But somebody's listening later down on the road after the Kickstarter is fulfilled and everything. Any secrets in your back pocket you can share with us about upcoming works you might be working on?
Other than Taiyō Dynasties, I'm working on some more Dragon Scales coin projects. We're looking at making some more larger coins for the previous versions we've done. But as for Taiyō Dynasties, we will hopefully be doing a second Kickstarter next January or February, which will follow up this one, and will release any warbands that weren't released through stretch goals and also a few extra ones.
Oh, there you go. So they make sure they go ahead and back it if they like what they see and follow along so they can not miss the ride. We'll make sure we leave all those links in the show notes. And can they use your coins if they backed before and got your coins, or they back the next one? Can they use those coins in the game as well?
Yeah, absolutely. So the coins we sell are copper, silver, and gold, and the coins that are in the game are made by the exact same method and are also copper, silver, and gold. They've just got a unique Taiyō Dynasties design on them.
Well, there we go. Awesome. And like I said, we'll make sure to leave all the links in the show notes. So if you're listening, make sure you go ahead and jump on over and check out the Taiyō Dynasties Kickstarter that's going on currently through the 20th of June, so you don't miss out on the fun of Japan and the skirmish of what it would have been if the animals would have evolved and there was no humans. It looks really fun. The miniatures look amazing. And yeah, we don't want to keep you all day, Alex, but we really appreciate you coming on Getting Geeky with Game Relief with us to talk all about Taiyō Dynasties.
No problem at all. It's been fun.
Thank you, sir.
Now, let's get geeky with Gamer Leaf.
Wow, that was awesome sitting down with Alex. If I hadn't played a miniature skirmish game before, now I'm even more interested than before. I loved me some Kung Fu Panda back in the day. Be on the lookout for a sponsored giveaway from them coming to my other site, thegiveawaygeek.com, in the very near future. Let's take a walk, not to the corner store, but to Kickstarter Corner.
What is this place? What is it doing here in the Leaves computer? Oh, it's Kickstarter Corner with the Leaves.
Speaking of miniature games, I just found another miniatures game as well. Slightly 30 years ago, I thought these years would be more awesome than they are. We still don't have flying cars nor real hoverboards, but I still am a die-hard true and blue fan of Back to the Future. So, about 30 years in the future from now is Omnicore Protocol. If our world doesn't turn out like this come 30 years from now, I won't be as sad as the lack of Back to the Future tech has made me. Omnicore Protocol is an intra-apocalyptic squad-based arena combat miniatures game for 1 to 4 players with a third-party enemy that your opponent controls. There's 4 great factions to choose from. My favorite from the looks of it would have to be the one with a huge elephant named Jugger and Bob the Bear. Let's make this game a reality by backing it on Kickstarter before Thursday the 20th of June. Make sure you subscribe to the show so you don't miss the episode in which I sit down to chat about this awesome looking game. Did you catch our episode on Tuesday the 22nd of April? No? Well, go back and give it a listen. We sat down with Kirsty and Sherman to talk all about Endless Realms, Tome of Spirits, which sounds like an awesome resource to add to your role-playing game arsenal as well. I really love the art. You can easily access the interview by scrolling down near the bottom of their Kickstarter campaign page. Give it a listen. Check out the Kickstarter and then back it before Thursday, the 23rd of May. You probably played Memory as a kid, but did it really have any risk in it? That's what I thought. Well, Zoomer Games has filled that niche for you with Dino Dig, Risky Sights. It's a risky dinosaur set collection game in which you've got to ask yourself, what will you dig up? Dino Dig Risky Sights is a risk and chance set collection game where players dig to find the most valuable dinosaur fossils in a scorpion-infested site. Think Minesweeper, but no mines, dinosaurs, and scorpions will be in it instead. Players will be forced with risk versus reward decisions and can use probability to find their missing pieces. Each player also has a toolbox full of helpful equipment to guide them along the way. Will you risk digging for valuable dinosaurs and maybe face scorpions? Or will you play it safe and hope to win by digging for smaller fossils? Find out if you are the best paleontologist. If you're not scared of scorpions in a game, make sure you check out their campaign and back it before Monday, the 3rd of June. You've played card games. You've probably played Jenga, and you might have even played Twister. Well, Charmy Dreams the cat wanted to design a whole excitement experience. So they created and launched the Mouse Stones. Fight for the Great Color Stones, in which you grab stones and ambush friends. Winners can leave their opponents in tears by winning all precious stones. Do you remember the Purdy Fire Gems from Fire Tower that was on Kickstarter a while back ago? Well, this one has lots of colorful plastic stones, 200 to be exact. It'll light up your game table and gaming experience. I want a copy for the Leaf household, and I know you will too. So make sure you check out their Kickstarter campaign and then back it before Wednesday, the 5th of June. If you liked any of the games we talked about in today's episode, make sure you check out their Kickstarter campaigns to show them and us a little love. Backing them goes a long way. Plus, make sure to stay up to date on all the giveaways we're doing over at thegiveawaygeek.com. There will be at least 2 to 3 new giveaways going live over there next week. It's our least favorite time as well as yours. So until next episode, make sure you go ahead and get geeky, stay geeky, and bring others in the geek fold by sharing our episodes with others, as well as keeping up with the giveaways we're doing over at thegiveawaygeek.com. Gamer Leaf out.
Gamer Leaf levels up. Tune in next week to see if Gamer Leaf's luck holds up.